Hi, it's Dan from UK Moneyman. One of the questions we get asked a lot is how the equity in your home is calculated. Two things that people are really meaning by this. One is how do I decide how much equity I've got in my home? And that is the difference between any loan outstanding that's secured on the house and what it's worth on the open market. Now, please just bear in mind with this is that an estate agent's opinion of the value of your house and a mortgage valuer's opinion of the value of the house can be different. Now, an estate agent wants you to list your property with them, so they're going to maybe give you the best case scenario. A mortgage lender's valuer has to think about what they would do if they had to sell the house on behalf of the lender within 90 days. So they're going to look at a more conservative estimate on the value of your house. So basically, the equity that exists in your property is between any mortgage that you've got outstanding and what it's worth on the open market. If you don't have any mortgage on the open market, then the equity in your property is everything that it's worth. Okay. What a lot of people mean by that is how much equity they can release from their property. Now, when you take equity release, and for the purposes of this, I'm really talking about a lifetime mortgage, which is the most popular sort of equity release. I have done videos dealing with home reversion plans, and they're a slightly different kettle of fish. But lifetime mortgage, you can release an amount of money that's based on your age and the value of the property. Now, the scale of that is variable, but you can start to take equity release when you're 55, and if you took the maximum available then, it'd be about 25-26% of the value of the house. On the other end of the scale, if you're in your mid-80s, you might be able to take out 50% of the value of the house. But what is important to remember is that if you have a mortgage or anything else secured on the house, that must be paid out of the equity that you borrowed. So, get all your details together, make an appointment with an advisor. If you'd like to speak to us, there's a link in the description below. Get your details together, an advisor will go through with you, look at the evidence of what the house might be worth. There's good property websites out there that can give you a rough indication of what your property might be worth. And they'd look at your personal circumstances, what can be taken into account. So any illnesses and things like that can impact how much you can borrow on an equity release plan. There are lenders out there who will look at a history of illness that a doctor might indicate would reduce your life expectancy, and they might be able to lend you a bit more. But basically, you can look at your circumstances, give you an idea of how much you could borrow against the value of the property for different sort of interest rates, different costs, and work out something that's going to suit your needs the best.